Good day, one and all, and Merry New Year. I hope you're all not thinking about committing Sudoku like I am this year because of all the terrible media that's been coming out, but I'm sure 2022 will absolutely be a super ultra mega fantastic year this time, I swear. No joke, this time it'll be good, unlike the other 2 years, I'm positive. No really, it has to be. Please be good. I have graced this channel once again to bring you a new series I have been planning to start, talking exclusively about action scenes in movies and TV shows. This topic is a particular personal passion of mine, as I 1. Love action, and 2. Am currently training to be a stuntman. So I have some super reliable expert credentials, so only my opinion matters on this topic. And when I say something is good or bad, you have no choice but to take it as an absolute objective truth. The first piece of media on the agenda for this series is the brand new Star Wars Disney Plus product, The Book of Boba Fett, specifically episode 1, because at the time of making this video, the first episode was the only episode out at the time, plus it was bad enough to warrant an analysis video, so here we are. We begin our action extravaganza of the show with quite possibly the most blatantly disjointed and nonsensical action sequence since any of the Mandalorian Season 2 action scenes. P.S. Analysis coming out soon, maybe for that shit show as well, who knows, stay tuned. Our lead criminals Boba and Fennec have left a swanky new cantina after introducing themselves as the new overlords of Tatooine, and they are closely followed by Boba's new Gamorrean bodyguards. And all fucking ready, the completely inept editing rears its ugly head right before the shit action combined with the shit editing. I would like for you to watch these few seconds play out of the characters walking and tell me what you see wrong.
I can make the rounds without you. Jabba rarely left his chambers.
Jabba ruled with fear.
Wait a minute!
In case it wasn't clear, the Book of Boba Fett just did a Last Jedi disappearing knife maneuver on us with the disappearing fucking Gamorreans. Where the fuck did they go? And what makes this worse than it already is this stupid edit facilitates a future section in the upcoming fight that allows the Gamorreans to help Boba and Fennec out of a situation, despite the fact they should have already been alongside them the whole fucking time, as that is kind of the job of a fucking bodyguard. Now moving on to this stupid action scene with the most mentally deficient assassins to ever exist in media, who, rather than using their sick parkour moves and finding a spot on one of the roofs to snipe the shit out of Boba, especially since he is not wearing his fucking helmet, because it was filled with coins earlier, they instead decide to cosplay as Space Zulu warriors and surround our characters with electric shields and poke them occasionally with their electricity sticks, and this will, I guess, eventually kill them? Riveting stuff, and extremely efficient tactics if you want to assassinate someone. What happens next is downright comical because being in this troublesome situation, Boba Fett decides to do this at point blank fucking range at these shields.
You imbecile! You bloated idiot! You stupid fathead! You...
What the fuck did you think would happen, you thick, bald twat? Even if you just happen to destroy some of those shields, you will still always blow yourself the fuck up, including your sidekick, at that ridiculous range. We now move on to about 30 seconds of the occasional very slow electric stick poking I mentioned earlier, and there are already 3 different ways to escape this retarded shield prison maneuver. Number 1, Boba uses his wrist flamethrower to fucking scorch these assholes' legs and their arms whenever they go in with one of those dreaded and lethal pokes. Number 2, Boba launching Fennec off his hands, giving her a boost to get over the shields, then taking down the assassins. Or, number 3, using this peculiar device on Boba's back. I just can't quite make it out, but from my expert estimation, it appears to be a type of science fiction equipment synonymous with the Mandalorian bounty hunters in Star Wars lore. It's a, yes, a fucking jetpack, which you can use at any time to fucking fly up over the Space Zulus and proceed to fuck them up royally with his vast array of equipment. But of course, this doesn't happen. It's too logical for Disney Star Wars writing. Fennec also tries kicking the shields. Okay. You do that, Fennec. Just ignore the fact that these things are shields and they just took a point-blank fucking missile with ease. But never mind, I'm sure your Shaolin Kung Fu Liu Kang bicycle kicks will do the trick. So, what do you believe will happen to get Boba and his friend out of this? Well, I kinda already fucking spoiled it earlier, so here you go.
Surprise, motherfucker!
The Gamorrean guards reappear from the void from which they vanished into a few minutes earlier to come in for the save, and there is quite a bit of nonsensical choreography to unpack here, so let's go. This guy, for some reason, deactivates his shield immediately when he notices the Gamorreans come in from out of view, despite there being zero noise to indicate that something was coming towards him. So while he deals with that Gamorrean, every single one of these brain-dead grunts decide to all deactivate their shields for no fucking reason. And we proceed to have incredibly slow, generic fight choreography mixed in with rapid cuts every 2 seconds to hide said choreography. But unfortunately, you can't hide anything from me. So, let's just rapid fire all of the dumb things in this nail-biting action, shall we? This fucker is supposed to have his shield on, but he's currently fighting Boba here for some reason. Then we cut back and, oh look, the shield's back. But he turns it off again, and Boba is over here on the right now. And, honestly, I really can't spot anything else wrong here for the rest of the sequence right now. Not because the choreography is technically sound, but it's because the editing is so jarring and fast-paced, and the camera angles constantly shift from median shots to pointless close-ups that no one can tell what is supposed to be happening, other than, oh, the heroes are hitting the bad guys, and, oh, now the bad guys are hitting the good guys. Some food for thought in case anyone thinks otherwise, but good action isn't just the choreography. Editing and camera is absolutely paramount. Too many modern action movies suffer from one of the many plagues infecting them with their shittiness. One being closing the distance, which is one I personally despise the most with all of my heart and being. And another is not knowing what the fuck is happening in a fight scene because of shoddy editing and camera work to hide the simplistic and inept choreography. You can have the most brutally realistic and technically competent choreographed fight scene ever, but if you have this fight scene from The Raid, for instance, and then you suddenly fuck with the camera angles by doing close-ups and quick cuts, then everything great about the choreography is completely lost and made worse because the editing and camera is doing a disservice to the action and to the audience who can't follow the action whatsoever. And once you have done that, you have erased all interest from the audience watching, and now they watch scenes like this, just thinking, fucking hell, just get this over with and move on to the next scene. Well, unless you're these people.
Can't even put on his helmet because it's filled with money.
Whoa, they got shields.
Holy crap!
Parkour! Oh. Space ninjas! Whoa! Sorry!
Now, our final piece of editing ineptitude comes from this very intense parkour chase Fennec has with the last 2 Zulu warriors, and it's not the chase itself that's bad. Like, this is all very bog-standard medium-speed parkour movements. The ineptitude and downright slapstick parody logic comes from this part of the chase where Fennec dodges a throwing knife, and then to dodge the second one, instead of just doing another unnecessary back handspring move like she does here, she decides to fucking nosedive herself off the bloody roof, face planting to the ground below.
I'm retarded?
What the actual fuck is your plan here, Master Assassin Fennec? In case this wasn't bad enough to make you scream and laugh your ass off at your screen while watching this, unfortunately for the filmmakers, they decided to give us a glorious bird's eye view of the ground from where Fennec jumped off from, and I know to you sane and rational people thinking to yourself, well, yeah, we know she jumped there because we saw her yeet herself off the building. But for the stupid people who already love this show, will probably be defending this by saying, no, she could have easily found something to break and cushion her fall. She is Master Assassin Lady Fennec, and she is a badass and a genius. So to those people, I present Exhibit A, which proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that Master Assassin Fennec would have absolutely smashed her body headfirst onto the ground below and suffering a painful death, or, at the very least, being inflicted with severe injuries that take her out of the action for the rest of the series. But nah, she totally sticks the landing and runs around the building to intercept the parkour guys who ran off in the opposite direction on the roof by teleporting and popping up into frame like she just bounced off a fucking trampoline to make it up there. Jesus Christ, these people really don't care how lame their shows are, do they? Well, that just about does it for that terribleness. I don't really have any plans to cover the whole season of this boring schlock. This is more of a nice, fun introduction to this new series I've planned on doing for a while now, so apologies if it was on the short side. Future pieces of media I've had in mind for this series include Birds of Prey, Mandalorian Season 2, yes, the whole season, God help me, and Mad Max Fury Road, and a few others. But I'm also open to any and all suggestions from any of you that may be watching this, of action scenes to cover, whether they are bad or good, because let's be honest, the great action movies need love too, if not more so. And with that done, I bid you all a farewell. See you next time. I'm TCap. Goodbye, and have a very happy, merry new year.